Hi, and welcome back to the Traveling Yoga Mat. I'm Amanda, and today we'll be flowing together with the use of a bolster, pillow, or cushion. So if you have that available, go ahead and grab it and join with me when you're ready. All right, so let's just find our seat first. Nice tall spine. Let the hands just fall naturally where they will, maybe palms faced up today. Chin is lifted, shoulders drop down, hugging in the ribs, feeling the weight of the body on the ground, and just starting to feel into your wholeness, starting to notice the breath, drawing it in through the chest, and exhaling, allowing the body to soften. Just connecting with your breath today. Just bringing a sense of ease, lightness, letting go of anything that might have been weighing you down before you hit play or before you decided to take this moment for yourself. Deepening the breaths. Beautiful, relax the jaw, relax the cheek muscles. Nice, and we'll just roll over the legs to a tabletop. So wrists are beneath the shoulders, knees are beneath the hips. And just bring that bolster or cushion in front of you so that you have easy access to it. We're just gonna be placing the hands on top of the bolster, coming into a modified and supported puppy pose. So at the moment there is a puppy in front of me, so I cannot demonstrate this, but you can rest your forearms down, just let your wrists relax into a modified puppy so the arms are elevated off of the mat. Rest the forehead down. Trying to keep the hips over the knees at this time. The forehead may gently graze the edge of the bolster, or maybe the head just hangs heavy. Feeling this deep opening in the shoulders. Wiggle the fingers. And just breathe into that opening. Breathe and create space. And we'll slowly start to shift the weight back, bringing the hands to the bolster, maybe walk the knees in another inch. And then we'll go for a threaded needle. So we'll ground into the left hand, reach the right arm up and open. And then go ahead and thread underneath the left arm, resting the temple on the bolster, the left arm on the bolster. Let it stretch out long overhead. Right palm is faced up. And find the perfect sweet spot where this is comfortable, yet gives you that nice stretch in the scapula and the right shoulder. Reconnecting with your breath. Beautiful, and let's bring the left hand onto the bolster, closer to the face, and then reach the right arm up and open, pressing into left hand. And reset, placing both hands on the bolster. Let's take a couple cat-cows. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, take a breath in. As you breathe out, curling around spine, chin to chest. Let's stay here in cat pose for another breath. So breathe in and exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale, roll through cow, drop belly, look up. And one last exhale for cat pose, push the ground away. Beautiful. Let's thread the needle on the other side. So lift the left arm up and open, and then draw it through and underneath right arm, resting the head and the right arm on the bolster. Feel this deep opening of the middle and upper back. Relax the fingers and toes. And you can bring the forehead to the bolster for a little extra support. All right, slowly starting to drag the right hand to meet the bolster, press into that hand, reach up and open, little counter twist, and then we'll reset here. Let's bring the great toes to touch behind us, sit back on those heels, and let's turn the bolster so that it's long. And then we're just gonna walk those hands on either side of the bolster, resting the right side of the face down. Child's pose here. And if you have something you'd like to prop up the head of the bolster with, you can. You can even bring your hands underneath the bolster to give it a little lift at the head. And just try and relax, let go, release. Maybe bring a soft smile to the face. Just feeling grateful for taking the time to care for yourself. Slowly lifting the head. Let's change it out so that left cheek rests on the bolster. Relax the jaw. Lifting the head slowly, we'll press back up. And just slightly leaning back, feeling that stretch in the middle back and the quadriceps. Placing the hands on the knees. And let's cup the right heel with the right hand, and then sit the hips up any amount, reaching the left arm up and over. Feeling this back bend, half camel pose. And then as you exhale, gently wind it down. And we'll take that same thing on the opposite side. Left hand cups, left heel, and then inhale. Sit the hips up, reach right arm up and over, side body stretch. And exhaling, resting those hips back down. Beautiful, okay. We're gonna come to our backs. keeping the bolster in the orientation that it's in, long ways along the mat, and just turning around, scooching the sacrum up against the bolster, the low back just touches the edge of the bolster. Keep the knees bent up and gently roll the entire back onto the bolster. And let's bring the feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees touch in the center. And in this pose, let's keep the palms rested face down on the mat or the floor, just to feel that extra sense of grounding, of security, of stability. Breathe in through the chest. We'll reach the arms up overhead. Go for a good morning stretch and then cactus those arms 90 degrees at the elbows. And just allowing gravity to work on the shoulders here. Start to heel toe the feet into the center, letting the knees fall open, the soles of the feet graze one another. Closing the eyes if you feel safe to do so. And we'll draw the arms back down, resting them on the belly. Being okay with slowing down. Just connecting with those in-between moments, between thought, between action. And with the help of the hands, let's go ahead and bring those knees together in the center, drawing one knee up, hugging it close to the body, and the opposite knee. Beautiful. Okay, we'll come to our forearms and press up to our hands. And let's drop the knees from one side to the other. Taking the gaze to the opposite direction of the knees. And lower them down to the left and just pause there. Breathe, open the chest. Slowly start to pick those knees up and drop them over to the right, or the left rather. Gently bring the knees back to center, flip the wrists over so that the fingertips are facing the back. At this time, bring the feet a couple inches closer to the seat, and then press into the feet, press into the hands, lift the hips up, maybe drop the head back, a little reverse tabletop. and gently start to lower. Beautiful. Stretch those legs out, soles of the feet stay on the mat. Reach around to grab onto the shins. Inhale, let's take a cow pose, lift the gaze. And exhale, tug on those shins and press the middle back toward back of the mat. Roll through a couple more with your breath. Nice, okay, let's bring the hands back behind us. Fingertips face the back, and then cross right ankle over left thigh. Coming into a little seated figure four. Breathe and let the spine grow taller. And if you like, you can start to gently melt down onto the bolster, bringing the left foot a bit closer to the body. And maybe place the right hand to the inside of the right thigh, gently pressing that thigh away, getting deeper into the stretch. Let the gaze fall left and right. Gently releasing the right hand. Lift the hips just slightly and then unravel here, placing both soles of the feet on the mat. And we'll gently roll on up, coming back to the hands. Switching it out, we'll place left ankle on top of right thigh this time. Staying upright for just 2 breaths here. And then slowly start to lower the body down to the bolster. Walking that right foot in closer. Maybe gently press into the left thigh with the left hand. Bringing awareness to any part of the body that's maybe feeling tight or tense, and make little adjustments. Maybe breathe into those spaces. Imagine them opening, relaxing. All right. Relax the left hand down, gently lift the hips, unbind those legs, and let's scooch the hips over toward the left side of the mat and just drop the knees over toward the right, rolling onto the right side. And we'll frame the bolster with the hands, so we're looking toward the back of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the body, reach the crown toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently lower the right side body, the right cheek onto the bolster. Maybe staggering the knees slightly. Maybe slightly separating the lips. If the mind starts to become distracted, you can gently guide it back using the breath as a tool. And just training the mind that the breath is as interesting as any thoughts that we may have. And you can stay right here if you're comfortable and feeling that slight twist. Or you can start to slowly lift the head and take the gaze toward the other side. Left cheek rests down. Deeper spinal twist. Never any pain or pressure. You can always adjust and back off as needed. If you took that extra twist, go ahead and gently lift the head, resetting right cheek down. And slowly start to press back up, bringing the hands closer to the body. Take a moment here, feel that opening of the right side body. Beautiful, and let's just come up to those knees and then walk them back to tabletop and then over to the other side, sitting the hips down flush with the bottom of the bolster. Take a second here, lift the crown. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to walk those hands toward the top, resting left cheek down. These restorative poses are a great way to slow the body down and remind the mind that it is okay to slow down. And if you like, you can go for that twist on this side, gently lifting the head, turning the right cheek. Gently lifting up the head, resting left cheek back down if you took that extra twist, and then dragging the hands back, pressing into the mat. Take a moment, feel that left side body stretch. And then we'll come up to those knees, back to tabletop, and we'll bring the bolster, this time perpendicular to the mat, closer to the knees, and we'll bring the hands out toward the front of the mat, tuck the toes under. Let's come to downward facing dog. So drop the heels down, right away pedal out one heel and the other, feeling the opening in the backs of the legs. Gaze under one arm and the other, bending opposite knee, pressing into every finger pad. And then we'll start to float the knees down, letting them rest on the bolster here. Let's sit the hips back on the heels with the toes tucked under. Little toe stretch. Draw the shoulders up, back and around, relaxing them down. Roll out the wrists one at a time. Massaging the hand, the palm. And then we'll bring those hands back down to the mat, Lift the knees back to downward facing dog. Beautiful, relax the head. Shake it yes, shake it no. And start to gently lower the knees back down to the bolster. And we're gonna come to a seat on the bolster, lowering all the way down so that our seat is supported by the bolster. Soles of the feet stay rested on the mat, a little supported bridge here. Bring the hands to the chest. Right away, maybe closing the eyes. Relax the entire body. Imagine the scalp relaxing. Every muscle of the face just letting go. And if you like, you can stretch the legs out long, a little back bend. Taking a little body scan from the top of the head down to the shoulders, the chest, the arms, the torso, the hips, the legs, the knees, all the way down to the ankles and the feet. Bending up those knees once again, and let's draw the knees in toward the body, giving them a squeeze, wrapping the arms around, maybe just gently rocking from one side to the other. All right, place the soles of the feet down. And we're just gonna come to our bellies. So take your time, keeping the bolster where it's at, maybe just slightly higher. It's just gonna rest on our lower belly and pelvis. So come to the knees, almost like you're doing a chaturanga from the knees. Rest the belly down, and then make a pillow with the forearms. Relax the entire body. Switching out the forearms, resting the forehead down on the opposite forearm. Beautiful. Slowly start to rise up to those forearms. Let them be parallel to the sides of the mat. The fingertips point forward. A little supported Sphinx pose. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Press into the forearms. Lift the upper body. Neck is long. And then if you like to go for a little more, bring the hands in closer to the body. Elbows are bent, supported cobra. Elbows are hugged in toward the rib cage. Maybe press into the hands slightly. Keeping a nice bend in those elbows. Gaze comes up toward the ceiling. slowly melt down. Let's press into the hands, come up to the knees. Setting the bolster off to the side. Let's actually use it under our seat. We're gonna come to a cross-legged seated position. And I encourage you to switch up the crossing of the legs. So whichever feels most natural, go ahead and swap it out for the opposite leg on top. Rest the hands on the thighs, palms face down this time, sit tall. Just checking in with how you feel, checking in with the mind and the pace of the thoughts. And I hope that you enjoyed this practice. Until next time.